Welcome to The Culling. So The Culling, a 2015 straight-to-video movie. What's it like? Well, this is going to be easily sort of summed up with a kind of a bit of a mashup, but it's a little bit of a spoiler. So there you go. You've been warned. So this movie is basically Wrong Turn meets kind of devil worship. If you can imagine a group of 20-somethings going across the country trying to get some kind of concert, they stumble across this sort of little girl who seems to be lost at this kind of late diner, and they agree to sort of take her home, and they find out this kind of out-of-the-way house is inhabited by this kind of strange couple who have kind of apparently let their daughter wander off somewhere. And, through a very sort of series of convoluted events, these kind of group of 20-somethings end up staying at this house for a little while, and strange stuff starts to happen. So we get about 30 minutes into this film before we'll kind of really start to see anything sort of supernatural happening, and dark supernatural forces are soon attacking these kind of kids, along with some very more sort of corporeal threats as well. So I won't go too much into spoilers here, but it's a little bit of a confused mess, I have to say. You do get a bit of an explanation towards the end, but it's so kind of rushed and just, oh yeah, this is explaining the whole evil plan type sort of situation. You're just thinking, oh my god. But there's a line by one of the kind of the bad guys, who I won't spoil for you, but it's fairly obvious, saying, most people don't figure out what's going on. I think, I haven't figured out what's going on. I don't really know what the hell this movie's about. But like I said, without trying to be too obvious here, it's pretty much Wrong Turn, but just take out the mutant kind of inbred and sort of subject, put Satanists in there or some kind of devil worshippers, and you've pretty much got this film. Now, this film is not a terrible film, but it has absolutely nothing outstanding or particularly great about it either. There's not much in the way of story here, and what we do have is kind of, as I said, just a bit of a generic, garbled, slapped together kind of straight to, well, no one's going to notice type movie. The acting, while passable, isn't fantastic either. The effects are minimal. The majority of effects you're going to have here are actually going to be audio. We hear lots of kind of roars and things out in the woods, but we don't really ever sort of see what's going on. And when we do see stuff, it's on the poorer side, I have to say. I mean, the effects, I will say, are pretty subpar. There's there's an okay effect with kind of like a smoke monster type thing, but then we do see some, blacked out eyes or lighting up eyes. They all look very CGI, and for some reason they've put a CGI monster at the end of this movie, which simply, you could just take it out and it not have a very obvious looking CGI monster in there, and it'll have no effect on the story whatsoever. So this is a completely forgettable film. It really is. I mean, there's really nothing here that I think, oh yeah, well actually this bit was quite good, even though these bits aren't great. Everything about this film is pretty much just, bog standard or below bog standard. So with that in mind, I'm going to give this movie a 3.5 out of 10. It's by no means a complete train wreck, but it's just so forgettable and so generic in a sea of straight to video horror films. Why do you need this one that doesn't even have one thing that kind of is outstanding about it? Anyway, 3.5 out of 10. Have you seen it? What did you think of it? Leave me a comment and I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.